Welcome to the Sports Drink Club. I'm your host, Patrick Melton, along with my co host, Keenan Duke. And we've got a special guest with us tonight, Brandon, the creator and the founder of Futpool.
Yeah.
Keenan, we are all in the state of California right now. I am actually in California right now. We are in North Hollywood.
Yes, we are. Yeah, you're in my neck of the woods tonight for once. Actually,
I
made it
know.
on out to California, Los Angeles, and yeah, you're staying with your boy.
Yeah, man. So we definitely had to bring you on, Brandon. How you doing, man?
Good, man. It's been a busy day, but I'm happy to be on with you guys. Any
Yeah.
publicity for this new sport is definitely a good thing. So I'm happy to be talking about it.
Oh, we're happy to have you on. You're out here in California too, aren't you?
Yeah, we actually started this in North Hollywood, believe it or not.
What?
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So where you living? Where are you living at?
In Sherman Oaks, which is just right down the street.
Yeah, you are ridiculously close.
Yeah.
We should have just got together all in one room.
Sure, you just didn't want us to drive over and do the interview.
We definitely probably could have made that happen. So.
Well, we're definitely happy to have you on, Brandon. But first thing is first, man. We just kind of wanted to talk to you about how you came up with Futpool. For anybody who may not understand what I am talking about, Brandon is going to go into depth with you. But if you just kind of put two and two together, you're playing pool with your feet. So, with that
Correct.
being said, Brandon, go ahead and fill the people in. How you came up with Futpool and what is it?
Okay. Well, let me give you a little backdrop of the story. So I actually saw something in Europe about 3 years ago, and it was like kind of like somebody made a home version of like this Futpool thing, but it looked very toyish, I would say. And I thought to myself, because I played soccer my whole life, and I was like, how cool, what a great idea. I'd love to play this. I'd play this. And this was probably 2 years ago, and I really didn't think much about it. And then fast forward about a year and a half ago, I was literally going to sleep one night, and you know how your mind just kind of wanders sometimes.
Yep.
And the Futpool came in, and like almost like an anxiety attack, I was like, man, is this like out here, and kind of just like, looked on the internet a little bit, and I virtually found nothing. Some people, have made their own little things. And lucky for me, my dad was a prop maker in the movie industry who's
Nice.
retired. So I said, hey, Dad, would you guys, do you think we could build this thing? It's like Futpool, make a life-size thing, and he was, in a retirement, mom's bothering him at the house. Always like, yeah, man, anything to get me out of this house.
Yes, please,
do some
anything.
work. So, we went to the lumber store the next day and then just began to build it. And it's kind of crazy how everything happened. We built our first table within, I'd say, about a month. It wasn't a very good table, but nevertheless, we built it. But I put it on had my friends build a little site, and within that first 6 weeks, we sold our first table to the Kentucky Derby, to
Wow.
Churchill Downs. Yeah, and it was probably our worst model. They were probably thinking, what a piece of crap this is, but nevertheless, like any business you start, you learn as you go, right?
Exactly.
So how the company started to come by was I just saw a love and interest, and I went to an LA Galaxy game, bought a ticket, found somebody wearing a nice suit, and kind of made up my little postcard of our little court and what we're doing, and gave it to one of, I guess, was an executive there. They called me 2 weeks later. They said, hey, will you come down? At this time was StubHub. They've since changed the name to Dignity Health Sports Center, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a pretty long name.
Okay.
I like stuff
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a crazy story because, I thought I was just going to show it to one person. This, just like this one guy was going to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my dad are out there setting it up. They're asking, over the phone, oh, how long does this take to set up? We're like, this actually sets up in 5 minutes. It clips in and it goes the way it's designed. It's can be moved around as you saw when we were in Dallas.
Right.
Yeah, and then we're at the stadium, and then I see like literally probably 20 people walk out.
Yeah.
And when I'm like, oh shit, like this is real. It was all their executives, and they went and played, and it was cool. And that was about a year ago. We were in their stadium twice.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
kind of from there, things kind of just, slowly snowballed in a positive direction where we worked with some influencers where they came and did some stuff on the tables, doing some trick shots and stuff like that, and I got 1 million views. So the company was formed, and we're just rolling right through. We just did a 10-week event with Adidas, which was a
Right.
huge deal for us. It was
Wow.
called the Association, and it was like an influencer league. As far as so there, I think Beats by Dre had a team,
Wow.
LAFC, LA Galaxy, SpaceX, just these kind of big corporations, and they
Mm-hmm.
were playing futsal, but they had Futpool in the middle of it all for attendees to play.
Oh, that's really
So
cool.
yeah, and that's how we kind of winded up in Dallas. The person that organized it, linked us up with Puma, and it's just kind of, it feels like it's the company's starting to take shape.
That's
The
great.
game, yeah, the game is a lot of fun. It's kind of everybody could play. It's like billiards, but you
Yeah.
could actually play holding a drink. So,
Yeah. So it's
so
basically just like pool, right? That you're playing with soccer balls.
Right. The rules are all the same. Everything, is all the same when it comes to just your standard. Is it 12 balls? Is it 12 balls on a pool table? How many balls?
16.
It's,
16.
yeah.
Everybody don't make me. Yeah, you see how much pool I played around here. Somebody's gonna be like, man, are
Right.
you serious?
I feel
12 balls on
I,
a pool
I
table.
feel like I should have answered that a lot sooner than I didn't answer because I grew up playing pool. I had a pool table in my house, but I just like drew a massive blank when you asked that question.
Yeah, when we first started, we didn't even know.
But it's essentially just like pool that you're playing with soccer balls, essentially, right?
Yes, but there is a little bit of a twist.
Oh, what's the twist?
And the twist is when you're playing pool, obviously one person can only shoot at a time.
Mm-hmm.
This because I didn't really get to explain what the football court looks like. It's life size. It's 22 feet long and 12 feet wide. So as Patrick saw, you're standing in it. And
Okay.
what's cool about it is you could do a 2v2 where you're actually utilizing your partner and you're doing a pass shot. So you're passing that person the ball and then they're tapping it in. So it opens up all these different angles and you could really utilize your partner that you're playing with instead of I take a shot, you take a shot. You guys are actually playing the game together.
Right.
Okay. So it's not really like a versus type thing. It's kind of like a let's work together to get all the balls in type situation.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
So
But can
you're
you play against other people? Like if
of
you
course.
wanted to?
Yeah, it just adds a little, I guess, twist to it,
Mm-hmm.
because you can actually stand in it,
Yeah.
life size. So, we just thought, well, we could definitely utilize your partner because at the end of the day, they're not pool balls, they're soccer balls. So they
Yeah.
don't bounce around like pool balls were because, soccer balls are full of air. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
going to bounce around the court, although we do use a weighted ball
Mm-hmm.
so the balls don't jump up. So to open up angles, the game is really fun with two people.
Gotcha. Okay.
So think of it like 2v2 basketball.
Ah, I like that.
That's
Okay.
kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you were explaining the one event that you were at, where you had teams with Beats by Dre and you had teams for SpaceX. What other events have you gone to with this?
So we've done quite a few events. We've believe it or not, been at a country music festival
Eh,
Mhm.
where soccer people see it as soccer, and then the country people saw it as billiards.
Oh, nice. And
Nice.
so,
So
how receptive was everyone?
it was very receptive. In fact, they called us to come back to their next year's show. So it was great. It's just it's so colorful and just such a novelty where everybody is just drawn in by it. So we've done that event. We've actually been in Mandalay Bay for a huge convention by a huge marketing experiential company. It was like a workday app, and that was like a 3-day gig. We've been at obviously breweries, LAFC inside their stadium.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've done the church event, for the little fundraiser.
Yeah.
To Telemundo or whatever. So
That's awesome. I mean, that's the thing that I've kind of noticed while watching. When Patrick showed me your Instagram page and all that, and so I was like scrolling through and looking at everything that you have posted, and I was just like, this is one of those things that's like perfect for just any sort of event, because like you said, it's something that anyone can kind of just hop in and do. Like you said, like you can like be drinking, like have a drink in your hand while you play, kick the ball around like while you're trying to like make it, the other balls in the holes and whatnot. But it's just like it seems like that perfect kind of game
100%.
that's suited perfectly for any sort of event, especially like soccer events, like anything like that actually pertains to soccer, or even just like a billiard event, since it mixes those two sports specifically. But just the fact that you can bring it, set it up, like you said, like within 5 minutes, and then people can just walk up and start playing.
Right. It kind of falls in the leisure game category, I would say. It's
Mm-hmm.
definitely not a high impact game, so it's kind of everybody could play. I mean, we actually did an event where it was geared towards special needs kids,
Oh,
where they could actually go there, kick a ball, and wasn't too intricate, and it was probably the best event we ever did.
And that's amazing. And where
Yeah.
was that at?
It was at a place called Woodland Hills Indoor Soccer, where they did an event with this company called Inclusion Clubhouse.
Okay.
And it's just, I think sometimes with sports, special needs people are outside on the peripheral.
Mm-hmm.
So this was an event to bring them in, and they said, "Hey, I think football would be a good fit for this." So, of course, that was like a no-brainer for us to show up.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
Hopefully, you guys will be able to do a little bit more events like that to, like you said, kind of get not only kids but people, that are somewhat disabled to be able to kind of like get active, have fun with like a sporting type game and whatnot. And I feel like that'd be great just to kind of get involved with and kind of especially get it out there a little bit more.
Yeah, doing that stuff's just super cool, and it's kind of heartwarming. So if we could do stuff in that realm, it's like, hey, why are we on this earth anyway? So it's when you're putting smiles on people's faces, that far outweighs the dollar amount per event, so
100%. Now, my question is to you: you get this thing set up. What are people's reaction when they first walk up to this deal? Because I know how I reacted when I first saw it. I was like, all right, we're going to take a few pictures next to this, big, huge, pool, life-size soccer pool table. Okay. I was a little intimidated actually trying to break out of the break. I'm like, okay, well, how do you rack this thing? Of course, Brandon pulls out a giant triangle. I'm like, what are people when they see this thing, man? Because I'm pretty sure somebody's like, holy shit. Like, what is this?
Definitely. I would say for most people, they're a little intimidated. Because it's one of those things where you're about to break and all eyes are on you.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, it's a soccer ball, so if I kick a soccer ball too hard, it's probably going to go up. So I got to keep my target down. So
Yeah.
you get people a little stressed out when they're stepping at first onto the football court. They're just like, am I doing this right? But Once they get into the feel for the ball, then they understand the game is more of a finesse than power game.
Mhm.
So, and there's different surfaces we play on because we do events. This facility happened to have a turf already in place, which is generally I would say a slower surface, but on other events we use sometimes like a carpet, so the ball goes really fast. So by when that, people, you got to kind of adjust your gameplay depending on what surface you're on. So the turf is definitely where you got to kick it a little bit harder.
I hear you.
Yeah, I would imagine so. So
Yeah.
I understand that you're going to be at the LAFC game tomorrow, LAFC LA Galaxy game.
Oh, that's one you can't miss.
Are you
That's
are you going to bring it out there?
So we're not going to be at this game, but we will be. We're actually in talks with them right now. They're going to have it for the remainder of their home games.
Okay.
So we'll be doing the last 5. We had it last year there where they used it in a VIP area, and it was just our table. But now they caught on to the whole branding experience. So that table will be wrapped in LA Galaxy, and it's gonna see what Futpool does too is if you have an activation, a convention booth, what we found we thought it was always about the game, but what it also is about is the branding and bringing attention to something else you have going on.
Okay.
So they want to bring attention to this one area in the back of the stadium that has all their trophies and memorabilia of since '96, since they started. It's just kind of not getting enough traction. They thought, all right, if we put this football court here, everybody's going to want to see the football court, but then wind up looking at all the other stuff.
That's awesome. That's pretty smart. Yeah, I can see.
So,
how that would
so
entice people to come back there.
So it works really well in the event space. We put our first court down in a family fun center called Glow Zone, where it's kind of glow in the dark football. And I saw the guy today, and he was like, "Yeah, man, it's doing really good. We sold 18 footpools today."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, and we're doing a little profit sharing with them, so that was good news,
Dude, that's amazing. Now,
how much does a Futpool run?
So they sell their game. You get 12 minutes with 4 players. I think is $8.
Okay, that's not
So
bad.
we do our rentals and that it like for the rental we did for Patrick, we had to go all the way out to Dallas, so that was a little different price than a local event for a church. It's just kind of what you're dealing with and what they want, and so the prices they do vary.
absolutely.
Yeah, gotcha. Can anyone buy their own Futpool?
Yes, they
Yeah.
can. So to explain what it actually is, this is furniture. They are handmade. They're not built by IKEA furniture with pressboard. We use the finest wood. It takes us about 5 weeks to build one.
Okay.
Because they're handmade. If you actually were to look at it, there's detail in it. As far as we have aluminum edging around it. It's all maple wood and then wrapped, and it's completely customized. So they are for sale
to your choosing. If I want P melt on the side, sports drink club, anything, you can make it specialized for me.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's cool.
You thinking what I'm
I don't
thinking?
know. Maybe one of these days we can get our own Futpool.
Yeah, exactly.
We would love to build you one.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Dude, that would be.
But
really
even if you guys just wanted to do a one-off event, we wrap it. We do all that in house, and we'll ship it out or come out there and do an event and brand whatever you guys are doing.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now, what do you have in store for Futpool? How big can this get? How far do you see it going?
Well, this is the fun part where I'm so invested in it. It's like we just are in. I wouldn't even say talks. We just put in our bid for a new development going on, where this is going to be these big apartment complexes where they're going to put it in the middle. So kind of more the hospitality thing.
Wow.
So and that's a very high ticket item, and they're saying, "Hey, we got different stuff. We love this idea," and then we have all these family fun centers. I don't know. It seems like there's almost, back in the day when somebody said, "Hey, I got like these two hoops and the hardwood floor and this ball," right? It's called basketball. It's like we're kind of doing that. It's a new game. It's a hybrid, but it's when you think about it, it's like where doesn't it fit? It could go in hotels. It could
Exactly.
go into a sports thing. It could do events. It could go into schools. It's almost like where can't it go? So
Yeah.
the only thing is it's new. So people are very like where like wait what I don't But
Yeah.
when they play and see it's normally a hit. We haven't had one person complain about it yet, so that's that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that
man.
actually makes complete sense. Like, I wouldn't have even thought about putting it in hotels or anything like that, but it makes complete sense for it to be there, especially like just, how they all hotels usually have like the rec kind of area with like a gym or like a pool or just kind of, maybe like a play area or something like that. And that could fit
Exactly.
complete like perfectly into like a hotel. And I feel like more now I've started to notice where hotels are actually like having like events like in their hotel like at night for guests, and to
Right.
have there like that makes complete sense. And just like you said, in other areas that are like deal with hospitality to a degree. um no, that's actually a really cool avenue that football can fit into.
Absolutely.
Right. So it has that avenue, and then we've had like actual street footballers play, like doing these amazing trick shots. Where if you were to scroll down to my Instagram, you would see they're just tearing up that football court and actually doing some really cool stuff. So can it be a league one day? I hope so.
Yeah.
Seems like there's a cornhole league, so there
I
might as well be a football
was
league.
just I was literally just telling Patrick before we hopped on with you about I was talking with a friend of mine like literally earlier this week about he was telling me about some guy that he knows that is a professional cornhole player, and I was like,
Professional
wait, what?
cornholers.
He was like, yes, this guy plays cornhole professionally, and he was like, he's made like $3,000-4,000 last year just playing in like several like different cornhole events. I was like,
Wow.
seriously, he made money
I
off
looked
of
at
playing
Keenan like he was
cornhole.
crazy. I'm like, cornhole
So
professionally. What is this on ESPN 8?
yeah,
Like, come
Yeah,
on.
but like
I
if
I
cornhole
actually think I've seen it on ESPN Plus.
no,
Horrible. Come on.
ESPN Plus hosting everything nowadays.
Yeah.
Easy, man.
So
So yeah, no, definitely. Like if cornhole, if there are people who can, go professional in cornhole, see no reason why people can't go
I know,
professional
right?
and
right.
you know what I mean?
That's
And like you said, like it would
crazy.
be like a fun sport for just kind of like footy guys, who do like trick shots, because they're like even outside of stadiums now, like before games, like you have those groups of people who like the stadium and the organizations, like they kind of pay for these people
Hmm.
to come out and just like be out in front of the stadium, like doing tricks and stuff like that with the ball. So people like that, I would imagine, could be potentially attracted to, forming teams and like leagues for football
Hmm.
where they're like playing pool, but they're also doing like these trick shots and doing all these amazing things with the ball. Because
Exactly.
I did see what you're talking about. There was like one where this guy, like, he has the ball, he kicks it off the rail of the frame of the, why am I drawing a blank?
Of the bumper.
Oh yeah, of the
Yeah.
frame of the bumper, and like it comes back to him. He like flicks it up to himself and then like kind of does this back heel type kick thing or whatever, and it like shoots the ball into the corner and like makes it. I was like, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and those guys, I think they were on the court for 20, 30 minutes and they were just nailing stuff. And, I could spend all day and not hit one of those shots. So, there's people just with talent and they pick up on a game super quick. And there's, people that will just play it for leisure fun.
I think that's me. I'm playing for leisure fun.
I'd probably be playing for leisure fun as well.
Well, I was just thinking about this in your head. Since we're in LA, I got a few questions for you real quick. It's either one or the other. I just have been thinking about this. Okay, so since we are talking about it, LAFC or Galaxy?
Oh, oh, man. I'm so torn. I'm so torn. We're about a year and a half into this, or 2 years rivalry, and I still honestly still can't make up my mind. I
Really?
know.
I'm
Okay, here.
I'm kind of leaning LAFC.
LAFC, dude.
I
I
kind
like
of like the
LAFC.
LAFC.
I kind of
Oh,
like.
and that's why the LAFC culture is what LA has been yearning for. It actually feels like LA when you go to an LAFC game.
It does.
The 3-2-5-2 does it like nobody else. But I don't know. I'm kind of one of these. I'm a Clipper fan, right? So I've always been the underdog, you know.
Yeah, me
And
too.
it's just like a part of me sees everybody sway LAFC. You know, I'm like, hey, have a little respect for the Galaxy that laid it down. You know, for a while. So it's really hard for me to, because if you're like a diehard LAFC fan, you can't like Galaxy, right?
Right.
I don't know, and I'm just like, man, like I gotta have a little respect for the Kobe Joneses of the world and the people that laid it down when
Yeah.
I played, because there wasn't anything out here. So I just don't want to be one of those fans that are just because LAFC is good right now, I'm jumping ship, you know.
Exactly.
But what they do is amazing. But it's
Yeah.
every day it sways each way. And I hate to be one of those fans, but I do love Zlatan. I love to watch him play.
Yeah.
All right, so Dodgers, Angels.
Dodgers.
All right,
Dodgers all
we
the
already
way.
answered this one. Clippers, Lakers.
Oh, man. I've been a Clipper fan since '92. The Danny Manning days, Ken Norman, Charles Smith, Ron.
The old Kansas Jayhawk.
Exactly. Don't forget they actually had Ron Harper.
Yeah, then the Mavericks took Ron Harper too, man.
The Mavericks, the Bulls, and then the Lakers.
No, we had Derek Harper. No, you had Ron Harper, who ended up going to the Lakers, right?
Yeah, right. We also had Dominique Wilkins
Yeah, that's right.
for a half a season.
For a short stint. That's exactly right. Okay,
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Hey, you leaving out hockey, bro?
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay.
Hold on. We're getting
Okay.
there. I got another question for you. The 405 or the 5?
Oh, fuck them both. Oh,
He's like
I'll
side streets.
I mean, which parking lot are we talking about?
Is it 2-hour parking?
I guess I'll take the 405 because we're by the beach. So I could get off that bad boy and hit up Santa Monica Beach.
Yeah.
All right, and then of course the hockey.
Yeah, you got the Ducks.
Ducks are the Kings.
The Kings.
No.
You know, I've grown up in LA, so
Okay.
All day.
I'm gonna go with the Kings there.
I feel like no one knew about the Kings until they won the Stanley Cup.
That's how I
I
feel.
would agree. I would agree with you there. I'm probably one of those people. But I grew up. I don't know if you remember that cartoon. It had Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky.
Bro, that was so long ago. I vaguely remember that too. It was like they were like sports athlete / superheroes. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, so that's why I was always a King fan because of that show,
Interesting.
I
think I was always a Ducks fan. I think most people were probably Ducks fans. Like I said, I don't even think anyone knew the Kings existed until they won the Stanley Cup. But like, I think I was a Ducks fan just obviously because of one, the Mighty Ducks, the movie,
right?
And
Classic.
two, does anyone remember that cartoon with the Ducks?
It's Mighty Duck cartoon.
Yeah, Mighty Duck cartoon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
yeah.
I'm a fan of the Anaheim Ducks. Like
Hell yeah.
that's what it was.
That's right.
Like everyone knew what those jerseys looked like.
Exactly. But with the Kings, I mean, the only thing I knew about the Kings was Wayne Gretzky. You know what I mean?
So, exactly. And if
about the Kings,
an LA culture is if they're winning, everybody's into it. You know?
Yeah.
So,
yes, very much so.
Last question, man. Rams, Chargers.
Woo.
Oh, this is a no-brainer. This is the Rams.
Rams all day. We are LA.
I'm a Chargers fan.
Look, the Chargers are here and they've been here, but I still think San Diego Chargers.
Most people do.
I do too.
I can't shake that out of my head.
I
Yeah.
can't either. Well, where can
And I'm actually a Raider fan, so their Chargers are our
oh,
rivals.
you're a Raiders fan.
Yeah, big time Raider fan.
That's why he likes the LAFC a little bit.
Yeah.
It's that black. It's the black culture.
It's that black and gold culture. Well, black and silver, black gold. But yeah, it's that same type of
Yeah.
atmosphere. And I hope you can come down and check out that game tomorrow because that stadium is going to be rocking.
I know that it will, man. Well, Brandon, where can the people find you on social media? How can they follow you? Because we want to spread the word, dog.
Yeah, so the IG is Futpool America, spelled Futpool in America, and then so it's Futpool, and then my website is futpool.com, and I have the link there to the IG. But yeah, check it out, give us a follow. That always helps.
Beautiful.
And
definitely, reshare, share our, on our story, just our conversation and just, talking about you guys in general and football and kind of, telling our listeners, because this is just kind of how our podcast rolls, man. We find crazy stuff out there, man. We like to talk about it, Of course, we're talking about the day-to-day, what's going on with Kawhi Leonard going to the Clippers or LeBron James today or whatever it may be. We're all talking about that too, but this is what we like, man. This is kind of our bread and butter, man. We like talking about stuff like this, man. So we appreciate you coming on. Make sure to find Brandon on IG, Futpool America. That's Futpool America on IG. We'll make sure we'll share it. But it's been
fun.
Hell of an episode, man.
It's been fun. Thanks, guys, for having me.
Yeah, I definitely think if we ever have an event, which I think we should at some point,
yes,
we are definitely going to be hitting you up so we can have Futpool at our event.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got you. It's like fam now.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We definitely going to be all about it. But this has been the Sports Drink Club. I'm your host, Patrick Melton, along with my co-host, Keenan Duke. And thank you, Brandon, for coming on for our number 22 episode. That is the great Emmett Smith, everybody.
Hey.
22. And drinks up, everyone. We'll holler at you.
All right.